Test, test. It feels weird. Now that I don't need to start a I don't need to start any timers or anything. I'm just live. Just live. That's all I am. Alright, so chances are when I try to open this, it's not going to open because it's got plugins by Isotope, most likely. The majority of my songs have plugins by Isotope, unfortunately. So yeah, starting max. This should work then. Okay, cool. It's probably a relatively simple song. It does seem relatively simple. Soothest. Alright, so first things first, we're going to have a listen and see what we can just understand the song. Hey, next. Do you reckon this is just sine waves? It is. Okay, cool. Alright, yeah, I mean, I get it. There's one little production thing that I want to change here. It's 82 beats per minute, that's slow. There we go. And put that there. There we go. What's the mission today, Chief? So for this one, okay, for this one we're doing just mix down and mastering for it. So that was the first thing. First, just listening to the whole song, getting an idea of what it sounds like. Soothest 12. Alright. Because this is on Ableton 12, whereas I made this on Ableton 11. Alright. Alright, so first things very first. Because there's so few elements, we don't need to go crazy with the EQs or anything. But it might be worth just chucking EQs on things to make sure that there isn't any basses, subs going on at the same time. Now this is super quiet, it shouldn't interfere too much, but just in case. I mean, it's a raining sound, right? Whereas this is crispy sound. We don't need low end on that. About there works. Let's have a listen to it in context. That there is the highest we can go without it interfering with the sounds that we're hearing more than anything else. And I think reverb will just sit nicely with this so that when it does stop, there's a little tail with it. Let's bring that down, turn off the high cut, increase the decay. Okay, cool. Let's test it over here. Just looping, really easy. Alright, cool. And the sub is fine, we don't need to do anything with the sub. Glimmer, we can see that we've already got a low cut, so that's fine. Chord tail, we've got a low cut as well. Lifeline, we've got a low cut, and we can see that all of these low cuts are the exact same, which is something that we can't have. The reason is, as time goes on, we're going to get interferences. We're going to get a build-up right there. So, I mean, we can just hear that this one, we don't need a cut here anyway. I should put it there. Just having it move somewhere. And this is already quite low, so maybe we need it there. But this, we don't need that down there. So it looks like this cut was mainly just to stop any naughty sub-frequencies from piercing through that could accidentally just come through. But there we go. All should be cleaned up now. Except for the hi-hats, I've got reverb on the hi-hat and a compressor. We don't yet have EQ on the hi-hat. Now, I've done two things to this hi-hat. We've got a short one, and we've got a long one. Wow. But yeah, as you can see, we do have a little bit of low-end rumble. Barely audible, but it exists, and I don't want that to exist, so we're going to just do that. That's too much? That's okay? That's alright. There we go, we'll just leave it like that. We'll put the EQ before the compressor, which, by the way, we don't even need the compressor because the kick and snare is just perfectly on beat, and the hi-hats are perfectly in between them. We don't have any EQ on the snare, but technically we don't need to because nothing plays when the snare plays. Actually, something does play with this. There's only the kick that everything's ducking under, so we will put EQ on that as well, and we're going to do it on the reverb as well. Why not? So let's just do a little low end sweep. In context. Perfect. Especially since we've got the saturator going on, we might get some stuff. I love the collective atmosphere of this place. Of this piece. Gotcha. I was like, what place? Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's chill. It is really chill, isn't it? Probably won't be a released song, but it absolutely could work with background music. Have a listen to the background music I have in my streams. It's chill songs, and they're all my songs, so I won't get copyright striked. And so, yeah, there's a use and place for this, thankfully. So I might just do that. Maybe when I've gathered a few more of these songs, then I'll make a really long song mix for it, because right now I think it's only like 20 minutes long. Yeah, anyway, the mix, the background music, sorry, would work well, and honestly, great idea. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, it's chill. It's a chill song. So I'm going to, this is how I like to work. This is my workflow. I turn off everything, and we're going to just have the kick playing. I always start with the kick, and we're going to get span going. So span completely free analyzer, really, 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 really fucking good. You press the cog and you make sure the slope goes to 3, and we've got type as RT max, not RT average, because that's the default. The default is 4.5 slope, we don't want that, and the default is RT average, we don't want that. So get it to max and slope. What that means is, if it's pink noise, which is the perfect sort of reference for mixdowns, everything should be completely flat. Whereas if it was on a standard slope, then pink noise would be gently going down, which is okay, but it makes it a little harder to tell with eyes. So we're going to mix everything so it's completely flat in reference to pink noise, which is equal amount of energy at each octave. And then we're going to use our ears to see what we want to improve and move up and move down. The reason I do this in the morning is because that's when your ears are most nice and fresh. It's a good time to do it. So we're starting with the kick, and right away it's touching this line here. I think it might be worth us bringing everything down to maybe 36, right? It might be way too quiet for you guys to hear then, but that's only the mixdown portion, because once we're doing the mastering, that's when we can make everything a lot more loud, right? And because there's so few elements, mixdown shouldn't take too long anyway, but I just don't want anything clipping. So I think it might be better to bring it down. So maybe we bring it down to here, minus 30 instead. So I'm going to bring this up. Just to where that is. There we go. Bring that. Yeah, leave that there. There we go. So it's moving really, really quick. I actually want that to go slower, so I'm going to increase this. Increase it a little more. And a little more. There we go. Because it's a very slow song. This is average time. This is how long it lasts up here. I didn't know that handy knowledge. Yeah, oh yeah. Makes sense that Apple. My mixes sound like trash when I wake up and check the project. All my mixes gotcha. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because, you know, your ears get, like, fatigued throughout the day, especially if you're working on music or whatever. So I try to do mixdowns and mastering in the morning when my ears are nice and fresh. And then I do, you know, everything. And then I'll do production after, because that, you know, production is just, like, melodies and shit. Right? So I'm trying to get this to be at 30. Now, generally speaking, we want kicks, snares, and vocals to be the loudest in the mix. So I can have this peaking just slightly over, just like that. See, it's slightly touching the line, but going slightly over. So that's okay. So next up, we're going to do the snare. There it is. And that is so quiet, we can't even see it here. So we're going to increase the volume. And even then, it's still too quiet. Which just goes to show that this has got space to be pushed. Yeah, there's a lot of space for it to be pushed. I'm just going to increase the gain here. So now it's plus 12 in my EQ. I've pushed it up. And we're getting reds because we're going really quite high up. We need to bring it to 30. So kick and snare can be the loudest, true. But this snare specifically, we can go quite loud because it's not going to distort, likely, because it's a high frequency sound. And most of the time, you're going to find distortion happening in the low end first. Hey Seven, how's it going, bro? Welcome to the stream, big dog. Hi-hats time. So that hi-hat is already touching exactly where we want it to touch, right there. Perhaps slightly too loud. We can turn that down a smidgen, just a smidgen. Up a bit. Right there. That's the hi-hat, so we can turn that down again, just a smidgen. Look at that. That snare is going really quite loud, but don't worry too much about it just yet, because in the mastering phase, we're going to be able to push it so much because of this. So much. Yeah, I'm quite excited for that part. Okay. Next up, we've got Lifeline. This is just a gentle, soft, fun synth. We're going to loop this part. Let's turn these all on, but turn everything else off, because we don't need anything else. But we're going to leave everything that we've volume matched still going on. So that's what we're working with, and you can see it is significantly louder than everything else. We're going to bring that down. Now, sine waves are going to be much louder than everything else, generally speaking, because it's such a gentle wave, but they get distorted so easily as a result. So about there is fine. It is going there. Sometimes it's a little over, sometimes it's a little under. I think that's fine. I think that is fine. Early stream today. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. New year, new me vibes. Cordale, whatever the fuck that is. But that just essentially means it's the chords, right? And we can tell that this is down here, but that's way too loud again, so we're going to bring that down. Bring it down. Bring it up. Bring it down. Down. Up a bit. Oh, there's fine. There we go, right there. Now everything's sitting pretty at this line. That's exactly where we want everything to be sitting prettily in. We can bring that down so that we know. There we go. 30 is our goal here. Next up, we've got Glimmer, which isn't playing yet. It starts to play over here, so let's just drag this over. That bling sound, that's the Glimmer. Now it is quite high pitch. Whoops. That's what we're listening out for. You notice it's not even on the screen yet. Let's put that volume all the way up. I think it might be this thing right here. Let's test. It's both of those. Okay. Well, we want to get it up to 30, so we can push that. And now, this isn't a perfect science, the pink noise. The reason... Be right back, no worries, I'll be here. The reason it's not a perfect science is that humans like different things. We can get this objectively perfect mix by pink noise, but it might not sound very nice because some things are just too loud. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to proactively bring things down. Look, I kept the random at 100 to really keep the dynamics changing, keep it a little more funky fresh. We're going to turn the gain all the way up there and then fuck with it again. So this should be significantly louder. There we go. We'll just bring it down. Bring it down, bring it up. Bring it down. Bring it down. That there is fine, but it's clearly very loud now. And next up we've got the sub, and we can see that that is piercing through the mix. We can just bring that down. Bring it down. Bring it up. Bring it down. We don't, because that's going to be the first thing to distort. There we go. It's just touching the line. That's what we want. We love random. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a nice texture. Speaking of textures, next up, we got this. Gentle rain. But in fact, I'm actually going to work with this here. That's what it sounds like. The reason I'm going to start with this is because it's the louder part. And if we can mix that, you see it's all the way down here. In theory, according to the pink noise mix down technique, we want to be pumping this volume really fucking loud. That's not a good idea. Even right now at the volume it sounds terrible. It's too loud. But we've mixed down everything to pink noise now, so now is the time where we listen and we turn things down. We're not going to be turning anything up in volume, but we will be turning things down in volume. So this is obviously much too loud. Obviously this just repeats, but it doesn't even repeat like on beat, by the way. I just had it repeating just as is because it's a very small sample. But the idea is that it's a background crackle, so it doesn't really matter too much. So I've got the volume at the lowest possible volume. I can have it in my headphones because I think that's a really nice place to be at. And I'm going to bring the volume down until it sounds good to me. About there. And I'm happy with where the drums are and where the synth's at. This glimmer, arguably too loud. There we go. Alright, cool. So I think we're at a good place now. There's not much needing to be done. The sub is in a good place, of course. The chords are in a good place. The lifeline arguably could go a little louder, but like we discussed prior, because it's just a pure sine wave, I would assume. Let's check. Yeah, just pure sine waves. The waveforms look like this. And those fuckers are so fucking easy to distort and turn into square waves, depending on what saturation you use. And so we don't want extra harmonics ruining the mix. So we don't want to push the volume too loud. But because we've got such simple, beautiful, clean sounds, during the mastering process, which it's the mastering process now, we're going to be able to push it quite far. Not that we need to push it too far anyway, because it's a very soft and gentle song. We're not trying to get the loudest out of this song. We want to maintain its beauty. Now, the first thing I like to do is use this bad boy, AU round trip AAC. What does this even mean? Fuck knows, but it tells me the loud parts of the song, and that's really what I'm looking for, because when we're doing the mastering, we want to loop the loudest part of the song. The reason we're doing that is because if we're looping the best part of the song, but not the loudest, if we're looping, the drop or the favorite part of the song, then if we get that to the absolute loudest it can go before distortion, then the part that's actually loudest in the song will be super fucking distorted. Whereas if we mix the loudest part of the song to the absolute loudest we can go without distortion, then the rest of the song will not have distortion because the loudest part doesn't have distortion. So that's why we want to be dealing with it like that. All right, let's roll. So we're looking at these two numbers. We could look at these two numbers, these two numbers, these two. I always look at the source sample, right? Fuck into sample, right? Because I don't give a shit about that shit, Source sample is the easiest one to deal with, and at the end of the day, they all sort of relate to each other anyway, right? If it goes really loud here, it's also gone really loud here and here and here, right? So it's whatever. The main thing is just finding the loudest part of the song. So I'm looking at these two numbers. Sometimes this might go up, but I'm ignoring it. I'm looking at these two numbers. That makes sense? Damn right. All right, let's go. So we can see here, the numbers have started going up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop that, or like highlight that section as if it's the loudest. Now it's still going up, so I'm going to highlight that part as if that part's the loudest. And unfortunately, oh, look at that. That's a big click right there. Big click. And unfortunately, we're literally just going to go through the whole song doing this. Still looking for the loudest part, but so far that's the loudest part because these numbers haven't changed. This holds at the loudest part of the song. So we've got 2.3 and 2.4. It's very difficult to see, to be honest with you. It's actually easier for me to see it on the stream. Hey Phoenix, how's it going, bro? Welcome to the stream, big dog. Okay, I can't look at the chat too much right now because I really need to... There we go. So that's now the loudest part of this song. So I'm going to have that part... Oh, now that's the loudest part of the song. So I'm going to have that highlighted. Because as soon as these numbers change, I need to see where we were in the mix when it did the change. So just keeping my eyes peeled. I don't want to click anywhere because right now we've got this highlighted as the loudest part so far, so that when we do the mastering process we can loop that one little area because it is the loudest. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that I've not frozen the tracks or bounced the tracks in place. These are all still the MIDI, which, as we saw before, has a little bit of randomness. So even though that one little section there is the loudest part of the song right now, if we played it again, it wouldn't be, right? So if you wanted a perfect master here, the best course of action would actually be to freeze everything, freeze all the tracks so that every time you play it back, it's the exact same waves, completely exact same waves, so that way it's the loudest part in the same part every single fucking time. The method that we're doing here isn't doing that. I've not frozen them because I'm not releasing this song. It doesn't need to be absolutely perfect, but we will do the full mix down and mastering just so that we can keep learning and keep getting better at mix downs and mastering. Now, this doesn't have that many elements. I love doing that shit. I mean, there's 11 tracks to this song. Literally just 11 tracks. Which just kind of goes to show that there isn't too much going on. Okay, we're done. And the loudest part of the track is this, so I'm going to grab that and loop it. And this is the part that we're going to do the mastering on, and I'm going to show you what I've got going on for the master as well. Bruh, what are you doing? Is this pre-recorded? No. Bro, you came in and I said, "Hey, Phoenix." What do you mean pre-recorded? Bro got too much freedom. What are you talking about with Phoenix? I'm here, IRL, early morning on a Friday, 2nd of Jan. Bitch. That would be wild, but how could it be pre-recorded if the text is appearing above my head? It wouldn't work. Why would I pre-record this? What value is there to be done? Bro's locked in. Phoenix, my guess is that you're not watching the live version. That's my guess. I don't think you're watching it live. You guys need to make sure you're watching it live. Are you guys sure you're watching it live? Like, fully live? Did you not click on live chat button to chat? Hi, Anthony. Long time no see. Welcome, bro. Alright, so we've identified the loudest part of the song now. We could just quickly listen to this in mono. I don't want to lose this little section, but I think I remember it was 20. So I'm just going to quickly listen to it in mono. This is where every single element is playing. Normally, most songs wouldn't have every single element playing in one place, but we've got it here, so we can actually test it right now. Yeah, fantastic. And without mono? Yeah, cool. There's not a huge amount of movement, but that's fine, because who gives a shit? No one is the answer to that one. Verified guy. Wow. I don't know why I found that funny. Wow, verified guy. Alright. So, look at that. They're absolutely beautiful. It says that we're clipping, but we're not. We're absolutely not. So we've got a compressor now. We can turn off the filter because we don't need that. Anyway, we've got a compressor. It's not doing anything because it's sidechain filter, which there is no sidechain. Anyway. We've got it on peak and we've got the ratio at infinite. This is essentially a limiter. Now the attack's not perfect. We've got 70 attack, quite high attack and relatively low release. And I'm very happy with these numbers. So we're going to leave it like that, and we're going to bring it down until we're getting a gain reduction of around minus 0.3 decibels. And like I say, this is the loudest part. So we can see, look, we're getting gain reduction of minus 1.1 in the loudest part. So we're going to bring that up. Bring it down. Bring it down. Oh, bring it up. There we go. 0.1, 0.3. That's what we want, 0.3. Now next up, and you're just going to be listening to that over and over again throughout this entire mastering process, because that's mastering, baby. Next up, we're going to cut the extreme lows, 18 hertz and below, because most speakers won't be playing that anyway. And cutting out the extreme highs, 17k above, because most speakers and most ears won't be able to hear this anyway, right? In fact, my ears can't even hear above 14k hertz. How embarrassing. Anyway, so the reason we're doing that is so that the downstairs, the low end, and the upstairs, the high end, is going to, if that clips first, if that hits the ceiling, it's going to cause distortions, which will affect the parts that we can hear. So if we cut it there, that gives us room here. So I can push this, and that might cause distortions over here, but that doesn't fucking matter because no one can fucking hear it, and it doesn't affect our mix in the slightest, right? Whereas if I push it and there was something up here, down here, that was, pushing all the way here, which in theory there shouldn't be. The only thing down here could possibly be the kick. The sub just has one sine wave, so that shouldn't be doing anything, but the kick, you never fucking know, right? And with the culmination of all the waves as well, you could just get build-ups in frequencies anywhere, right? This stops that doing it. And then lastly, I've got a little glimmer, a little shimmer at the top. That's half a decibel shelf increase at 2.5k hertz. And so we can listen to without and with. You got to really hone in to be able to hear this difference. It's not a huge difference. It's half a decibel difference. But a lot of the time it adds a little glimmer. You don't need this. And I think for this song, I genuinely probably won't because of how clean the high end already is. But with a lot of songs, that little boost, that little shelf boost, half a decibel, does brighten up the mix just a touch, which makes it feel a little more professional. But because this mix, I really mean it, is so fucking chill, so organic, and so small, there's not many elements, it really doesn't need this. Because by doing that, that's essentially me just increasing the volume of the hi-hats. Right? Did you drink too much coffee, or what, mate, in British accent? I don't even drink coffee, bro. But my neighbors absolutely love that deep down bass when it rumbles their house. Or the under 18 hertz. Hey, don't worry, bro. You can still play that shit. You could do it down to like 17 hertz rather than 18. I try to do 18 and a half, but I think that's all I can do. 18.5, 18.4. Like if I do 18.5, I can't do 18.5. I must have just done it by dial anyway. Oh well. Anyway, what am I doing? Oh yeah, we're going to do the before and after of lifting up this high end, right? So this is without. And this is with. Without. With. Without. Fuck it, it does sound slightly better with it. We're gonna have to have it on, man. Alright, next up we've got Fur Comp, which is just a really nice compressor. Completely free, by the way. Completely free compressor. Really, really good compressor. And that's what we want to be working with. Anthony the Cat, just play MC or some shit. Bro, I don't play Minecraft that much. I just happened to play a lot of Minecraft to get my goal of 500 hours in 2025. Now, There is no such goal for this year. I have no need to play Minecraft, though I absolutely fucking love it, and I do intend to play some more Minecraft. But I'll probably only be doing it, once a week sort of thing. I probably will only be streaming. Well, I probably will stream a bunch still, because I enjoy streaming. And, if I'm working on a song, I might as well stream it. You know what I mean? Yeah, my speakers don't go close to that low. I'd need to buy a good sub first. Oh, yeah. Can't elephants perceive infrasound? True, maybe. I've absolutely no clue. But also, I'm making songs for humans. Maybe that's a whole market ready to be tapped into. Maybe. Go ahead. You do that. you go ahead and do that next. That's the next level. Music for elephants. Just play it. Nah. I will next week. Maybe Monday? Maybe Tuesday? I don't know. Minecraft is brilliant, though. Yeah, I've actually got a list. I don't want to get too sidetracked, but I've got a list of things that I intend to be doing on Minecraft. I can tell you what the list is so far. Because, right now, I still need to wait for Mikey to be ready to come online. He's not. It keeps being delayed, and then I couldn't do next Tuesday, but he could. And then it's been a whole thing. It's been such a long time, and that's the storage base that we can't start until he's online. I've got all the materials. I gathered everything. Everything. I started a fucking bee farm just for that, because we're using copper golems. Make it to 600 hours. Genuinely no need. Elephant Rhythm. Big up. I've been making a mod pack for it over the past few months. For Elephant Rhythm, didn't you still get the mace? No, I've not got the mace. I do, well, actually, I do intend to do the trial chamber. So I want to light up the base prettily, because right now it's just a bunch of torches everywhere and it looks kind of ugly. Next, I want to do I want to do the trial chamber whilst drinking a potion of that raiding thing. Whatever the raid thing that you get. I want to make a villager trading hall. All of these stuff I want to be doing with Mikey, but the brother doesn't come online as much as he should. I want to make a gold farm, and then we can just survive on golden carrots, which leads me to the next one: automatic carrot farm. Because I'm not looking to just sit there and make fucking carrots like a little cuck boy. I'm not a cuck boy. Never have been. Never will be. Okay, ratio 4, we keep that. That's a good ratio. And knee, we just keep it on medium, right? The attack time and the release time, very, very similar. So we've got very slow attack time, but medium release time. So it's actually the same. And then no makeup. And we're going to try to bring the threshold down until we're getting -3 decibels of gain reduction. And that's usually the sweet spot. So we're going to bring this down. So that's too much. And this happens to be 6, so we know that this line is 3. So we're going to bring that up a bit. Bring that down a bit. There we go. That's fine. And generally speaking, not all the time, but generally speaking, hi-hats, you can push them a little bit before they distort. And when they do distort, hi-hats, high frequencies distort in such a weird way. But I think we're fine. It's a very clean hi-hat, but because it's so clean, there's room for distortion anyway. Ominous bowl. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. I don't even think I want the mace. I've got no need for it. When am I going to be... I'm not playing fucking Mario. When am I going to be above a mob? You know what I mean? Dumb piece of weaponry. Didn't you get the mace? Still? No. I've got a spear, though. Which I also think, by the way, is a dumb piece of weaponry. I've got a sword as well, which it's okay. I like that it's got fire on it. But I think that, to be honest with you, just an axe is all I need. An axe, a pickaxe, and a shovel. And then I'm a happy boy. Elytra mace. I do have Elytra. genuinely, fuck the mace. Like, what big boss am I going to be dealing with where I'd need a mace anyway? I got to shoot off, guys. Have a wonderful stream. Gl with the master. Send that shit over when it's done, yeah, so I can smoke up to it during golden hour. All right, we'll do. It's not that great of a song, but I'll send it to you, bro. Don't worry. It almost definitely will stay unreleased. Happy New Year, bro. So, Wavegrove, Vasthaus. This is essentially Soothe. It just finds the harsh frequencies and brings them down. The resonant frequencies, the peaks. So the stuff that's most likely to distort. So right now it's on 8 times, so it's finding them 8 times more proficiently, essentially. And if we press this, this is the change, right? This is what it's removing. So this is the literal sounds that it's removing. And if we turn it off, this is what it sounds like with that Vasthaus. So let's just dial this down until it sounds good. I think that's okay. And we'll keep this EQ up. The reason I like to use that EQ is because that's after everything, so we can actually see the changes. This is free, by the way, really good. It's like a free alternative to Soothe. With a Warden. With a Warden. Well, I've killed the Warden? Yeah, I've killed the Warden, but it's like, what the fuck is the point? I joined your Discord too? Yeah, I saw. Big up. Appreciate that. I will kill the Wither at some point though, but again, I've not really had a need for it. Okay, next up, Hornet 31 Mark II. This is really, really good. This is an auto EQ at 31 different frequencies. So this is what it does, and then you can just choose the amount that it's actually adjusting it, so that it balances it out. So all the way up. So clean. And then we just bring it down until it sounds good. Okay, that's good, but this kick is slightly left. Bro. I've got delay and reverb on the kick. Dude. So sick. Alright. I heavy fuck with that, to be honest with you. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put the main kick in mono just for safety. Much better. Without mono? Yeah, it's slightly to the left for some reason. I can't believe it took me this long to realize that, but there we go. And in context. Cool. And now we're going to use a clipper yeah, you can see the hi-hat's so much quieter now. The goal of this clipper is just to, and it's a hard clipper as well. You can tell that's a hard clipper because we've got the soften all the way down to 0. This is a completely free clipper as well. K-Clip 0 by Kazrock. Really, really good. So I'm just pushing this up. And right there. Maybe a little less. Little less. Little less. There we go. So it's touching the bottom. That means it's actually clipping. We're using it almost more just like a volume increaser. Speaking of volume increasing, this is time for volume decreasing. Once again, we've got the same limiter going on as before. So we've got a compressor with infinite ratio. This time long attack, but slightly less, like medium attack, and very fucking fast release. Whereas before we had a very slow attack and a little slower release. Okay, so we're just going to bring this down, and again we're looking for around 0.3 decibels of gain reduction. So we've got 0.9, which is too much. So let's bring that up. Bring that down. About there we go. Oh, 0.1, 0.3. You see how, you can hear how you can see how the numbers are different. Even though it's looping, it's different each time. Do you like Diddy? No, but I am watching that documentary on Netflix. Are you watching that, the Diddy doc? are you watching the Diddy doc? The Netflix Diddy doc. Next up, this plugin is not free, but it is an absolute beast, and in my opinion, essential for my mastering process. And that is using Masterplan. Very good plugin. We're going to put it into mono, and we're going to do unity. That means that even when we increase the volume, it's going to be perceived as the same volume. And I'm going to start with the stuff down here, and then we're going to push this as much as we can. Then we're going to fuck with these dials, and then push this as much as we can again. And then we're going to do wideness when we turn mono off. But the whole process here, we're going to be doing it in mono. So let's start with thickness. So this is, normally you can hear this in the low mids. I don't want any thickness. Cool. Let's get smooth on. That's just a compressor. Calm, this is essentially Vasthouse again. Tape, this just adjusts the bass essentially. Buy Diddy's Baby Oil. Phoenix, how old are you? So over to the right is warm bass. It's like thicker sub bass. You want to be listening to the sub bass for this. And for the left side is tight bass, really clean tight bass. For this song we want more of a warmer bass because of how chill and fun it is. Phoenix, you talk like a child, you know? Like someone immature. That's why I ask. You give me 14-year-old vibes. I made a Sora video. It's a joke commercial for Diddy Oil. Whereas Anthony gives me 34. Even though he's also talking about Diddy Oil. He gives me 30. He's 34 years old. Early 30s. Early to mid 30s vibes. Is Sora videos free? Are Sora videos free? Almost 60. Wow. Bro's almost 60 and using Sora. Big up, bro. Big up. Big up. Big up. You using modern technology in your old age. I'm almost 70, so be that. How about that? I'm going to push the loudness dial until we're getting distortion that's too much, and then we're going to dial it down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it all the way up so that we can very clearly hear the distortion, and we're going to dial it down until the distortion is at a level that is okay. So I'm going to increase the volume so that I can hear it a little bit, because we've got Unity on, so even though it's plus 24 decibels of gain, it's actually not. It's going to be minus 24 decibels of gain, so that it balances itself out. So once again, like I said, the bass is the first thing to mash up here. So let's just dial this down now. Listening to that sub bass, because that was the first thing to distort. Now, I think it might be worth looping this section now. That's good. I don't know why it's so clippy there. Ah, because of this just before. Okay, that's fine. We're not done. We can hear the distortion nice and clearly here, and we work it down. Send it. I was a beta tester for OpenAI early on. I know my tech. Mad. To Discord. Send what to Discord? Oh, the Sora video. Yeah, Anthony, so put the, if you want, rate your skill at song making 1 to 10. Who, me? 1, maybe 2. 2.4. Final answer. So it's the lows that distort first. I'm just going to dial that down and push it again. It's the low mids distorting next. I'm going to push that down and push it up again. About there, and now I'm going to push the mids to see how high I can get it before distortion. Going to push the lows, see what I can do without distortion. I think that's it, to be honest with you. It's always the fucking lows, man. Alright, cool. Well, we got what we could, so let's just check it and make sure it's not absolutely abysmal from that. Now that I put the noise down, maybe... Oh. I told you how. I would link it, but I'm sure links are blocked here. Look up Sora user Psycho Cabby. How does it take to make a song? It depends on the song. This song has only got 11 tracks, so it's very, very quick. You can do a song in like 2 hours, but then the mix down and mastering, maybe an hour. And it depends on how in-depth you want to go into it, right? How in-depth you want to go into it. It could take 2 hours, it could take 2 years. It really depends, because it's art, isn't it? Yeah, that's the absolute limit that we can push it. Now I'm going to turn mono off so we can listen to the width. And we're going to push the wideness all the way to the max and then dial it down until it sounds good. Yeah, we can get some extra wideness out of that. And now we turn off Unity and we are essentially done. We're just going to give it a quick listen and it should sound okay. See that distortion? That's sine waves for you, man. Yeah, lots of distortion. We're gonna fix that right now. It does mean it goes slightly more quiet, but that's okay. We've cleaned up the Lifeline synth significantly now as well. Look at all of this low energy. See, we're getting distortion here. I'm not too happy with it. Wow, so calm. Yeah, it is very nice. Anthony, how many subs you got? Mad. About 1,030. Are you verified? Fun conversations. I think it's okay. I think the distortion's built in. Yep. Are you verified? Are you model something? Well, reading chat is funny. Yeah, I do mod some big channels, but that has nothing to do with it. That's how you get subs? Question mark. Phoenix wants subs. Yeah. Okay, I think we're actually done. Bang, easy. Phoenix, to get subs, you just need to make good content. Just stop worrying about anything else besides making good content. Like that. If you want subs, make good videos, good content. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. There's literally nothing else to it. Just you. If you're not getting the subs that you want, you're not making good videos. File. Export audio. From here to here. 57, 58. 57, 58, 59, 60. Well, we want to go to 59 then. And we want PCM and MP3. PAL R3 is usually good for dubstep, but this is a chill song. Can't remember the others. Should be fine. Sample rate 44 is fine because that's all I do. Unmixed. Put it here. And we need a new folder called exports. Soothest. There we go. I'm spamming channels to mod me. But then Phoenix, you've actually got to be a good mod. I'm fairly certain Anthony didn't get it from just being a mod. They've got to be a good mod. If they're just a mod, no one's going to fucking see them. No one's going to sub to them. But if they're present, then yeah. No, everyone unsub. Mad. Should we check out your YouTube channel, Phoenix? Phoenix the Blocks. None of these is you. Where are you? I lose subs when I refresh the page. No, don't. Hey, it's okay. I can't even find you anyway. Filters. Channel. Yeah, see, you're not even here. Let's do it one word. Phoenix the Blocks. Phoenix Blocks? That's not you, is it? Actually, it is. So you don't have any videos, you've only got shorts. Oh, bro. Yeah. Okay, so you don't have any videos, you've only got shorts. Okay. And you're pasting... Oh, I see, because you got 1.3k on here, you thought you'd do it again. Okay. Fair enough. So let's review. Let's go to popular. And I see you're just doing it over and over again. Okay. Okay, so I think what you need to work on here is thumbnails. More than anything, right? Because this thumbnail at least shows Roblox and 8 billion people is short. It's very easy to read. There's 8 billion people. Somehow I was lucky, and so there's an information gap. People are thinking, what do you mean 8 billion people? What are we talking about? I was lucky. Oh, you were lucky to do what? I always love y'all, even though they are only... This one is not a good one. As channel owner, you can just click on his name and go to his channel. Mods can do this too. Gotcha. So, yeah, I think having text is good. But AI ain't taking over, bro. Too small text. A wonderful year and Merry Christmas, everyone. This is good text, a good picture. The problem is that there's no hook. Like, this is just a card. It's like, okay, I've seen it. That's it. I don't need to click into this. Same thing for here. This is just a picture. Again, there's no hook. We need a hook. And when I say hook, I mean an information gap. I need you to start something that makes people want to just like how I did just there. That's an information gap. I said something and it made you think that there's more to it and you want to listen to it to find out what more there is, right? So for example, if we were to go to shorts here, so right off the bat, we've got an information gap even here. What's going on? Which car are we needing to focus on? There's a person cleaning. Great. 1, 2, 3, or 4 is an information gap. What is 1, 2, 3, or 4? But it's also a very clean video. Oh, this is going down. So this is 1. Now the information gap is what is going to be 2, 3, and which one is going to be 4? Like, what are they going to do for 2, 3, and 4? Okay, so that's 2. 2 was shit. Let's hope 3 or 4 was better. And then you're sort of getting involved with it, right? Now, if I do Phoenix to blocks again, and we can go into shorts this way. All right, so I'm just typing in a random thing here. I never mod those who ask for it. Typically, they are the worst people to mod, as they want it for all the wrong reasons. What do you want for a mod? What does a mod even do? I guess stop people from being mean. All right, so let's have a look. So this has got 31k views, which is pretty high, and it says game same. It's very short, but it's almost like, what are you talking about? But now we've got text here to start an information gap. Roblox games are all pay to win now. Unfair. Oh, what do you mean? That's the information gap. That's the opening statement, and it makes you want to click in to close that gap to get the answer. It's just a blank statement. Roblox games are pay to win now. What do you mean? No way max luck boost really works. Does it? And then it says at the bottom here, max luck boost. Hang on, if I click over here, there we go. It says over here, max luck boost. We've got not the best thumbnail. It could be brighter, but it's kind of dark. But it makes you think. Max luck boost. Oh, wow. If you know what that is. I don't. Oh, something's weird. This does look weird. What is weird? Bro is not secret. So if you know this game mode, maybe you'd click into that. This one seems like an okay one. It's just a simple image, but it's very clean. It's a very clean image. You see, clear foreground, somewhat messy background, but it's all the same color palette, and so this guy stands out. Bro stole my phone, but then that's an information gap. They've opened the information gap, but then what? Oh, you need to close the information gap by clicking into the video. And look, the guy's sneaking. It all connects, right? So yeah, that's what I think you need to do as a next step to improve your channel. Short texts, right? Short text, clear text. This is okay, right? This is an all right thumbnail. You're special for me. Okay, there's no... Where's the information gap? There's 8 billion people and somehow I was lucky. That is an information gap. There's 8 billion people and somehow I was lucky. Lucky to do what? Let's go find out, right? What's this? Absolutely messy. I don't get it. I'm not going to click into it. It looks confusing. Draw anything you like. Now that's cool, but the background just shows a half-made banana, so it's not good. Is it good, lol, board drawing? It doesn't seem like something that people want to click onto. You know what I mean? There's no information gap. So yeah, create information gaps. And better videos in general. But yeah, I mean the thumbnail and the hook, which is the thumbnail and title, is arguably the most important on YouTube anyway. And then just like the first 3 seconds, if you're doing it on Instagram or TikTok, is the most important. The very first few seconds is the most important. Make information gaps anywhere you can. Soothest goes to finished, goes to unreleased. Just drag and drop. Thanks. Yeah, no worries. I went on a freaking tangent there. I gotta say, I really took a tangent there. Hey, what's up with this face? It makes me feel like maybe you're not actually appreciative of it. Are you not actually appreciative of it? I was trying to help, but if you don't want me to sort of give advice, that's okay. But you are trying really hard to achieve more subs. That's all. I appreciate it. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, that obviously is a simple thing, but not an easy thing, if that makes sense. So just knowing that is not enough, but is helpful at the very least to be something that can be pushed forward. More? You want more? Are these all MP3s? I would assume they are. They're WAVs. Cool. Big up Limla, man. That's me. Drag that into more. There we go. Just keep it in the unreleased section. And I want to put that there. There we go. Bang. Okay. Fantastic. Which public project, drag that there, put that into whip. There we go. I fell down because my previous YouTube channel got banned. Why? What did you do? What did you do to get it banned? I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to be live again in like 30 seconds. I just need to rename the titles on YouTube. I'm going to work on some music now. All right. See you in a bit. Literally just a hot sec.